Hello everybody. We're going to talk about corporate finance in the introduction to finance. Today we are going to talk about financial markets and institutions. So let's talk about an overview of financial markets and institutions. If you come to say or define financial markets, it's like a financial market is markets in which financial assets are traded equally and facilitate borrowing, lending, insurance, and to facilitating the sale commodity and foreign exchange market as a spot or derivatives. So what other financial markets mean? The financial markets, such as the money market, capital market, insurance market, commodity market, and foreign exchange market, are key factors in producing high economic growth. So let's see types of financial markets. We can divide it as it's shown in front of you. Types of financial markets: foreign exchange market, capital market and money market, commodity markets, insurance markets. So what do we mean by money market? A money market is a financial market in which short-term investment, like money markets, are defined as markets in which money is provided for periods less than a year. So what about capital markets? A capital market is financial market in which long-term securities like debt or equity are bought and sold. Capital markets are defined as markets in which money is provided for periods longer than a year. Its also possession is the amount of a security or commodity or currency that is owned. A long possession. What did you mean by long possession? Buy the first, but sale is a second, or borrowed, sorry, and then sold. A short possession, sale is a first, but buy is a second. By an individual, an institution, or a dealer, a position can be profitable or unprofitable depending on market movements. So what other financial markets mean? The financial markets, such as the money market, capital market, insurance market, commodity market, and foreign exchange market, are key factors in Citadel Capital from 2009 to 2018 is a short position. For giving examples for the short positions. So the historical returns for stocks, bonds, bills, and inflation, as it's shown in the diagram, on two axes, years and amount of money. Okay. What? So what's about the foreign exchange market? The foreign exchange market is where international currencies trade and the exchange rates are set. As we see, EIB stand for Egyptian pound, GBP it's about UK pound, sterling pound, GBI Japanese yen, KWP stand for Kuwait dinar, USD dollar, and it's a common currency for us on the markets and financial markets. It's the stand for to US dollar. Okay, what about commodity markets? Commodity markets is where commodity trade and the price are set, like Examples: gold, oil, gas, cotton, coffee, sugar. What about insurance market? We have mentioned it before. Insurance market classification. It's a three heading like personal insurance, property insurance, reinsurance. Citadel Capital from 2009 to 2018 is a short position. We're giving examples for the short positions. As it's shown in front of all of you, functions of financial institutions came from direct financing and indirect financing. We can see the surplus spending units and the deficit spending units. We have mentioned it before. Surplus going to deficit units. So the people who have a surplus give money to the people who have a deficit or have an investment opportunities to spend or expand this investment or this money. Okay, what are types of financial institutions? We can divide it in two main types of financial institutions, which is depository institutions and the non-depository institutions. So what about depository institutions? It's like banks and the credit unions which pay interest on deposits from the interest earned on the loans. So what about non-depository institutions? It's like insurance companies, investment banks, brokers, pension funds, and mutual funds, which collect funds by selling their policies or shares, like units, to the public and to provide returns in the form periodic benefits and profit payouts. We can classify it as follows: financial institutions, non-depository institutions, and depository institutions. Take your time to capture the picture in front of you. As I mentioned, if we come to commercial banks, which is a branch of financial institutions like National Bank of Egypt and Bank Mosque and Commercial International Bank CIP. So if we come to credit unions like Masharia or Project Development Agency, we can classify it as follows: financial institutions, non-depository investment bank like EFG Hermes and Faroes for investment banking, security brokerage, research, asset management, and private equity. If you come to say or define financial markets, it's like a financial market is markets in which financial assets are Sigma Capital. So, you ask me what about mutual funds? Mutual funds like a Credit Agricole Fund 1, Credit Agricole Fund 2 and 3, QMB, Al Money Market Fund, Timor, like Timor Company. Bank of Alexandria have its mutual funds which is named Money Market Fund. So what about pension funds? Pension fund or Egyptian government employees. So brokers like pioneers for security trading. Also, you can need HC like a brokers. Also, you can name Noid exchange company like a brokers. Al Ahli exchange, Western Union for money transfer type of. Finally, Coldwell Banker, CBNU Homes. Okay, if we come to an insurance companies like MetLife Insurance, Allianz, we can classify it as follow: financial institutions, non-depository institutions, Arubi Egypt Insurance. If we come to commercial banks, which is a branch of financial. Okay, if we come to an insurance companies like MetLife Insurance, U.S. financial institutions in structure like follow: mutual funds, which take a percent of 24, commercial banks also 24%, insurance companies 14%, pension funds 22%. Okay, required for the next week, we need a report about Egyptians financial institutions structure. Just give me 3 examples of each type as you're searching on internet. Arubi. Okay, hold your mind with me and think. The types of account trading at financial markets. A. Cash account. B. Margin account. C. Short seller's margin account. D. All of the above is right. Next quiz. Sorry, you can see that all of the above is right. Cash account, margin account, and short seller's margin account. U.S. financial institutions in structure like follow: mutual funds, which take a percent of 24, commercial banks also 24%, insurance companies 14%, pension funds 22%. Huh? You're right. Answer A, short seller's margin account. So according to short seller's margin account is the best answer. As it's shown in front of all of you, functions of financial institutions came from direct financing and indirect